Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Gaming on Caffeine live stream. We're back once again. We are going to play some Not the Bees. This is a brand new 1.12 Skyblock bee-based mod pack. So it's based around bees. It starts out with a bit of bee-based crafting. And when you start a new world, you'll start on the VoD world like this. And you start on this bit of bedrock. And there are two ways that you can get to your island. You can either, as it says in the top left-hand corner, type /island. And then I think it's /island space create space bee island. You can press tab, by the way, to fill those in automatically. But I believe the pack creator has gone one step further in allowing you to simply go to this quest here. Help, all I see is bedrock. Where are the bees? And if you do that, you can just click on the little checkbox, detect/submit, and then claim, and it will run the command for you as if like magic. And you will end up on this beautiful bee island that I actually quite like. It's got a bunch of honeycomb blocks. And actually, can you take these and craft these into honeycomb? I didn't even think, well, that was not the great start. I didn't even think about this when I was playing, but can you craft these in any way? You can't. That's a shame. I'm kind of annoyed now that I got rid of them, but one of the things that we do need quite early on in this pack is a little bit of honeycomb, and it would have been quite nice if they'd just given us a bunch of honeycomb to start with, but that may have been just a little bit too easy. And so instead, if we open up the quest book here, the first quest after that starting quest there is Not the Bees. This is a Skyblock pack. However, unlike most Skyblocks, there is no sieving or blowing things up for resources. Bit of a throwback to modern Skyblock 2 or Sky Resources there with the blowing things up. Instead, you will use the amazing power, not quite sure if that's a spelling error or if I'm just not getting the pun there, but the amazing power of bees to obtain everything you need to build the world around you as you desire. Now that you're on the bee island, you have access to some basic resources. There is a large tree for collecting some wood and a cobblestone generator. Collect some of these things and you'll be rewarded with some much needed items. So, first thing is first, we do have ore excavator installed, aka vein miner, but for those who are playing along at home, ore excavator is by default set to the grave key, but also the quest book, which is somewhere around here, better questing, is by default also set to grave. And so I like to just get rid of that and set it to nothing so that I can just use the book. Just a quick tip there, but we can go ahead, hold down grave, and just quickly get ourselves a butt ton of wood. I like it. Look at that. And then very simply start to go ahead and get ourselves a little bit of cobblestone. Not the quickest thing in the world, but you know what? We've got time. Okay, so let me open up the quest book again. Now we've got ourselves quite a bit in the way of cobblestone and wood. We can go ahead and detect/submit. That's going to give us a bunch of princesses and drones from the forest and meadows variety. We should probably go ahead and claim those. And then there are two more quests that we unlock here. One is Help, I Lost/Broke My Bees. I do love the name of these quests here, the fact that they're all like sentences. These are quite funny. But this one is, I think, just a backup quest in case you lose your drones or your princesses and need to get some more of them. It's basically the same quest we just did, but repeatable, I assume, so you can do it over and over and over again, would be my assumption. I'm not quite sure, but maybe it is. I'm not quite sure. Either way, the next quest that is important to us is the Quick Start Guide. Right, bees can be intimidating at first, but really there's not much other required than time. And so essentially, there's a lot of text here. I'm not going to read all this just yet. But basically, all we have to do to get started is to just stick two princesses that we received from our last quest into the apiaries with some drones. And so all I'm going to do is throw one of the Meadows princesses in here with the Meadows drone. What's going to happen there? It's going to take one of the Meadows drones, breed it with the princess here, give us a queen, and then over time, I was going to say, I thought we did have flowers. Over time, that is going to go ahead and hopefully produces a little bit in the way of honeycomb, and then also probably one or two more Meadows drones once it's done, and we'll also get the princess back when that's finished as well. And simultaneously, we'll do the exact same thing here with the forest princess and the forest drone. I'm also going to pick up all of these saplings because they are almost certainly going to be very useful to us in the future here. You'll also notice there that you kind of saw the bone meal particle effect. That is because we do have a tree growing simulator installed. And so if you shift or just kind of run around a sapling, it will start to grow even quite a bit faster, which is quite nice. But somewhat annoyingly, this starting tree does not get destroyed in one swoop of ore excavator. And so you do kind of have to climb up manually to get rid of the little like scraggly bits at the end here. But that's fine. We got nothing else to do whilst we wait for the bees to get us some honeycomb. Now, when I was playing this, I played through this a little bit whilst I was kind of testing it to see what the pack was about. And it did take me quite a long time to get the first 2 pieces of honeycomb, because in order to complete this quest, we need 2 honeycomb. It can be any honeycomb we want, but it's most likely just going to be the standard forestry honeycomb, this thing right here. And I believe there is a 30% chance, yeah, there's a 30% chance from forest and meadows drones that we get honeycomb. And so we're not really guaranteed it, and I think if you get unlucky, it can take quite a while to actually get your first bit of honeycomb. And so what we are going to do whilst we wait for this to actually kind of give us the honeycomb we need to progress is do a few other things that are in the pack that are going to make our lives, I think, just a bit easier going forward. We don't have Tinker's Construct installed, and so we can't make a crafting station, which is fine. Let's whack that down there, and then let us go ahead and we will do a bit of tree farming, I think, in a second. But before I do that, what I would like to do is get us a couple of storage drawers. And speaking of storage drawers, I should probably show you guys pretty quickly here what mods are in the pack, or kind of at least what main mods are in the pack. We, of course, have all the vanilla Minecraft stuff. We've got advanced generators. Thankfully, we do have applied energy sticks. This made me very happy to see. I love seeing mod packs with applied energy sticks too in them. If it didn't, it would have been it would have lost a few points in my book, but it does have it in, which is good. We've got Binny's botany, even. I'm so used to saying Botania. We've also got, I believe, extra trees. What else did we have? We've got chisel. We've got forestry, of course. I'm pretty sure we've got gendustry installed. We also have immersive engineering, which I think is coming up here in just a second. We do. Also, somewhat surprisingly, industrial craft 2. Not quite sure where that's going to factor in, but I'm looking forward to seeing where it does. We've got integrated dynamics, which is definitely used for some early game power stuff. Magical bees, Pam's harvest craft, and then also, I believe, we've got Psy and Project E. There is a quest in the quest book here, and one of the challenges on the mods page is that can you get the Philosopher's Stone? Now, the Philosopher's Stone doesn't have a recipe, as far as I know. And so I'm assuming that the Philosopher's Stone is just given to you as a quest reward once you complete all of this stuff here. And so it's kind of like a very late game thing once you've got all of the rest of this stuff kind of up and running. And thankfully, it doesn't seem too bad either. It's not, from what I can see so far, it's not really a mod pack that is super grindy. You know, we're not talking like Project Ozone 2 Kappa mode or even Titan mode or anything like that. All of this stuff seems to be very achievable in a reasonable amount of time. Really depending on how long it takes us to get all this beast stuff, which hopefully won't be too long. But nevertheless, let me go ahead and get a little bit in the way of some storage drawers. For now, we'll just take one for our cobblestone, and we'll also take one for the oak wood that we're about to get, so we don't have to carry it around in our inventory. Boom and boom. And then let's throw you in here and throw you in here. And whilst I'm waiting for these to finish, I'm going to go away and I'm going to mine some cobblestone. Oh, our first thing is done. Let's go ahead and just cycle that back through. So we didn't get any honeycomb there, which is a little annoying, but likely to happen. We are probably going to have to cycle through a couple of times here before we get our first bees, but that's fine. That's fine. This one is also done. We'll switch that out as well. There we go. All right. You can also twerk for plant growth. Yeah. Oh, yeah, actually, I did see that. Does that work on, like, oh, should I have that initial bit of grass? You can't twerk for, like, the bone meal effect, though, can you? Like, if I do this, I'm not going to get bone meal appearing at any point. I think I do have to get bone meal for that to happen. Okay. You have bone meal already? Oh, yeah, I do, of course. I've been given a starting gift of a little bit of bone meal. Would you look at that? And so all we need to do here is get some hemp. See, this is why I do love having... I think we only need, like, one flower nearby, so I think I can get rid of these for the time being. This is why I love having the mod pack creator in the Twitch chat. There are so many things that I either, like, skip over or just don't think about whenever I'm playing this. And it's like when we played Modern Skyblock 2, and we had that pack creator in the stream. It's amazing how much easier things become when you have like the guided tour. It's great. Okay, so we got some normal seeds. I would very much like some hemp seeds, if you don't mind, game. There we go. Look at that, industrial hemp seeds. I like it. So if we were to quickly whip up a hoe like that, I'm assuming that we can then just do something like this, like this. Like this. We can indeed. I like it. So, let me harvest that. And then once we've got ourselves some industrial hemp fiber, do we use that to make string or can we use that in place of string? We use that to make string. So if we do this, that's going to get us 2 string. We can then go ahead and craft up a bunch of sticks, although we are going to need some more oak wood planks in order to be able to do so. And then if we go boom, and boom, we get ourselves some untreated frames, which up the production to 2 times. Genetic decay is 0.9 times, so it lowers the genetic decay and bumps up the and the durability of that is 80. So I'm not quite sure how much faster this is going to be. Also, question for the Twitch chat, if anyone knows, does this are these limited to like 1 per apiary, or does the effect stack if you have multiple in the apiary? I'm not really, I know the basics of bees, and I kind of know how to breed bees over and over again, but I'm not really too familiar with the extra stuff in the bees. Like, I've done the stuff with the apiaries a bunch of times, but I've never actually used the frames at all, and so I'm not quite sure how some of this works. And so the pack for me is also quite useful, because it does do quite a good job of teaching you a lot of the bee-related stuff, which I like. They stack. Okay, that is cool. In that case, then, I should probably go ahead and get a little bit more in the way of this hemp and a few more of those frames going. And boom. All right, a few too many there, but that's fine. We'll fill all these up with those. And then for now, I'm just going to do a little bit more cobblestone mining here whilst we wait, because I think one of the things that we should look towards doing... Oop, there's our first piece of honeycomb. We do need 1 more, though. There it is. All right. Well, in that case, then, there is no waiting time because the honeycomb has arrived. So let's go ahead and claim this reward, although I think, yeah, it does consume the honeycomb here, and so we are going to have to wait for a little bit more before we can complete the next quest, which is this one here. But we have already completed the early speed boost quest. Bees can be a little slow. One way to speed things up is to use frames. At first, you will only be able to make the untreated frames. You can get string from a mob farm by killing spiders or growing hemp. Nice. Take that. We did get some more apiaries there, which is very nice indeed. So the next quest, getting the good stuff, wants us to hand in 2 drops of honey. And I also think this quest here, the X bees, also just wants more honey. So what does it say here? Most basic bees will only produce honeycomb. Later, you can breed bees that will drop resources directly. However, for now, you're going to have to process honeycomb to extract things in the centrifuge. Obtaining honey drops, you can put them in the squeezer to extract liquid honey that is required for some machines and some recipes. Okay, cool. So, these, I believe, are still going. They are almost done. And I think they are a lot faster now because of these treated frames, which is quite nice. And actually, we can go ahead and throw down... Oh, the proven frames. Are these even better? They have less genetic decay. Okay. Let's throw down a few more of these apiaries here just so we can get things done a little bit faster. I was really hoping that'd be... Can you do this? Can you have them right next to each other? I think you can. No queen. So the problem here, I guess, is that we don't have any princess to put in there to become a queen. And I don't think there's a way for us to get any more of those just yet. Although I think we should be able maybe to get some more fairly soon. For now, let me just keep an eye on these and wait until we get a little bit more honey. We can then put that honey into a centrifuge. Did it say? Let's have a look. Yes, centrifuge. Okay, so we were given a generator. I'm not quite sure how much power this generates, but it does generate some power, I guess. And so we'll throw this down for now, right about here, next to our centrifuge, like so. I'm assuming this thing runs on fuel. It does indeed. And then if we throw in our honeycomb, that should slowly but surely get us our first bits of honey. Now, I think it is a 90% drop chance, and so we're not guaranteed a honey drop from every single one of the honeycombs here, but it is highly likely. So hopefully we'll get there. We'll get that fairly soon. We did get honey, nice. So really now we just need, oh, look at that. Look at that. We're getting so much more honeycomb now. This is fantastic. You should have seen it. When I was playing this before, just kind of on my own, off camera, I didn't make any of these untreated frames, and I was just waiting here for like an hour, doing other stuff, waiting until we got the required honeycomb. But now we can just throw it in. What is this saying? Missing resources. More resources. Can I just take this out? No. Do I put this in? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. So let's go do that again. Hopefully that gets us our second drop of honey. That's going to allow us to complete the Getting the Good Stuff quest, which gives us a bucket, a carpenter, 16 simmering combs, as well as 9 peanut butter seeds, which I'm assuming are mostly going to be used for giving us a source of food. Speaking of which, we did start with some honey sliced, honey slice, which is bread, I guess, as well as, I believe, another... Did we get something else? I thought we started with something else as well that we could eat, but maybe oh yeah, no, we did. We start with 8 honeycomb chocolate bars. I do appreciate the bee-themed foods as well there at the beginning. That's quite cool. So, honey acquired. We can keep putting the rest in there because we do, of course, still need 6 for the other quest. Let us claim our reward, and our inventory is getting just a wee bit full. And so it's probably about time that I drop this apple, craft up some more planks, and do something like that. Okay. Where do I want to put this? I think my inventory is so full. I think for now we will throw this down. The island's getting real cramped real fast, isn't it? Let's put it down like right here. I'm going to get rid of this. Thankfully, that did not break. We did not fall into the void. Let's throw you down, and let's get rid of a bunch of stuff. We could probably put the cobblestone, actually, I guess, into here. Yeah, okay, cool. The question of the first one will give you extra princesses and drones. Let's have a look. Does it give you extra princesses? This one? Oh, it does. It totally does. The first quest here, the Help I Lost My Bees, gives you extra princesses as well, and I have got confirmation from the pack creator that it is repeatable. And so what we can do just very easily here, which I very much so appreciate, if we get a little bit more wood, we got 14 and we need 16. If we get a bit more in the way of wood, we can go ahead and just get a bunch of extra princesses fairly easily. All right, so that should get us enough oak wood for us to go ahead and claim this quest reward again, which essentially is just going to allow us to... Then I'll do that. 16 stone? Oh, we need stone, not cobblestone. Okay, that is fine. We should be able to very easily whip some of that up. I guess for now I'll put these, like, in the interest of symmetry. What have I done here? One gap, so, like, here? Yeah, that's fine. Looks a bit odd, but it's okay. And then quickly throw some fuel in there, and we should definitely get some sleep because during the nighttime, the bees do not work. Not daytime, yeah. The bees can only work during the day, and it's also not bright enough. So we'll go to sleep and continue working on the bees in the morning. All right. Stone is complete. Let's go ahead and detect/submit. Claim reward. And so now we can go ahead and throw more forest princesses, more meadows princesses. Do they have flowers? They do indeed. Good stuff. And actually, we can go ahead and throw in some of these frames as well. I'm assuming that these are also stack and are allowed in multiple times, which is good. I like it. We could probably do with, first of all, resetting those, but also maybe getting... Oh, we got an extra princess. I had no idea. You know, I've been doing bees for the longest time, and one of the most annoying things is getting these princesses, like getting an extra princess, because you can get drones all day long, but getting that extra princess is usually quite a bit of a pain. But actually, apparently, you can just get them by random chance. I like it. I like it a lot. Also, now that we've got more apiaries, we should probably go ahead and get a little bit more in the way of hemp so that we can make more of the frames. Kablammy, and boom, we got a bunch of frames. I like it. All right, let's throw these in here. And so what I think I'm going to do now, again, whilst we wait for these to kind of slowly but surely get us the honeycombs required to get the honey, is we should probably look at getting ourselves a mob spawner. I'm not quite sure how necessary a mob spawner is, but I do know that it does mention it in the quest book. And so let's get a bunch of cobblestone here, and once we've got a bunch of cobblestone, we'll see about setting up a very basic early game mob spawner. Also, how do you make this? Bronze ingots. I like that. Why is it backwards for the survivalist pickaxe? I'm not quite sure how far as well, like how far into the pack we have to get before we can start working with iron or just like other mods in general. Like, I know to get iron, if I type in iron ingot, I believe that we can get it through the bees. Like, go figure, right? If we go over to here, I think the iron dust from Industrial Craft 2 is acquirable through the Iron Princess bee. But to get the Iron Princess, you do have to go through quite a bit of bee breeding initially. Like, getting all the way up to the Industrious bee is quite a lengthy task in and of itself. And so, that's the forest bee. So, I don't know if that's the way that we get iron. It wouldn't surprise me if it is, because it does, it makes sense that going through bees is the way that we start the pack, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, it's a custom thing for the pack. There's a small chance when they breed, they produce a second princess. I back that. I really do wish that that was a thing that was in the base mod. Like, I would very much like to be able to get extra princesses when I breed bees together in base forestry. It's one of the things that really drives me insane when I'm normally playing it, because normally you have to go out and like break hives, or if you want to get a second princess of a specific kind, you have to go through the whole bee breeding process tree again, and it's a pain. It's a pain. Okay. Let us eat some of our honey sliced bread over here. Hopefully we've got maybe 1 or 2 extra pieces of honey here. I'd like to start getting, yeah, there we go, an extra piece of honeycomb. No luck. 2 and 3. Nice. Okay, so that should take us up to 4, which puts us just 2 away from being able to complete this next quest. It might not even be a bad idea for us to complete this quest again. Like if we go in and just claim the reward for this over and over again, just so we can get even more apiaries going. Although I don't know if there's an easy way for us to get it just yet, because I'm fairly certain that the apiaries do require bronze, right? Oh no. Apiaries just require wood, and then an impregnated casing, which is just wood and some seed oil in the carpenter. Seed oil we can, of course, get from a squeezer if we squeeze seeds, right? So we can put in maybe some of our hemp seeds, but definitely just like normal wheat seeds, or I guess the peanut seeds that we're probably going to get as a reward for our other quest. So we could get this going probably quite a bit quicker. Also, the bee house. Does the bee house work? How does the bee house work? I'm assuming it doesn't work in the same way that the apiary does, because otherwise there would be no need for the apiary. Also, we are out of power. There we go. Our 6th honeycomb. That should get us all the honey that we need, so long as we keep this guy here up with fuel. How many days of the week do you think about going to get a bee beard and posting it on YouTube? To be honest, it should be every day. Have you seen those videos of people who get like those massive beards of bees? That's madness. That's mad. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. I would be like too terrified that they're going to just sting the ever-living crap out of me. And so I don't think I could, I don't think I'd have the balls to do it. But you know, I do think about it every day. Going out and getting a full beard of bees. All right. We don't need you. We need the forest princess. Free honeycomb. I like it. Princess. And do you not have... Oh, no, you're almost done. Okay, cool. Also, I think we were given an apiarist chest to start with. We were. And I think it's probably almost certainly going to make sense for us to keep all of our bees inside of said chest, just so that we don't have to keep kind of coming backwards and forwards and filling up our entire inventory with bees. So I'm just going to drop these for now in here. Can you drop these in? No, you can't. That's fine. But we get different types of drone. For example, you'll notice that these ones don't... Well, that's a bad example because those ones did stack. But you'll notice that probably, like these ones maybe don't stack. Yeah, they don't stack with each other. They just switch out. So you can't have them both in the same slot. And so as we go forward and get more different kinds of drones, we want to be able to keep them all in a chest like so they don't end up clogging up just all of our inventories. Okay, 6 honey drops acquired. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and complete this quest here. Claim reward and claim... that gets us 2 Oblivion frames and 4 mutating frames. So the Oblivion frames lifespan 0.0001 times. And then production 0 times, durability 50. Lifespan 0.0001 times. Does that mean that this bar here goes down like incredibly fast? Like if I do this and I go to sleep real quick. Also, is this new? You may not rest now. The bed is too far away. Is that new? Like, I feel like that's... Is that new? Like, how does lifespan 0.0001 times work? Oh, does it work like that? Like, as soon as this gets full, is that going to go ahead and just, like, tank instantly? Maybe? No? I have no idea. I have no idea how that works. That's not new. That's how long has that been around for? The whole not being able to sleep because your bed's too far away. It is fast. Like it's so fast. It looks like it goes from full to 0 like so quickly, so very quickly. I like it. I like it a lot. But it doesn't happen like instantaneously. It looks like it does take a bit of time to get there, which is a bit odd. Nevertheless, let me dump that into here. And let's have a look in the quest book now, because we do have unlocked the next quest, a few more homes. You may have noticed bees can be a bit slow producing things. You don't say. You have several options to increase the speed of production. Frames can help speed things up. In an apiary, breeding bees with a high production is also a good option. You can even use powered hives to upgrade things that drastically increase production. Okay. So this one wants us to make an impregnated casing and an impregnated frame, and in reward for that, we'll get a steadfast princess and a steadfast drone, as well as 18 dirt. So, let me see here. The first thing, also we've got mutating frames as well, I quite like it. The first thing that we are going to have to do, also we're not doing any like breeding yet, we're just mostly trying to get honeycombs. But the first thing we have to do is throw down our squeezer, which I would like to put somewhere else, but I'm going to put here simply because of the fact that it puts it next to our generator, which we should make sure has power. It does. So can I put these in here? I can indeed. Good stuff. GamingOnCaffeine peanuts give a lot of seed oil. Who would have thought? Did we get given peanut seeds? We did. So how much do we get from these? We get 10 millibuckets per seed. Is that more than the hemp seeds? How much do we get from the hemp seeds? We get 10 millibuckets. Do these give more? Or do they give just the same amount? Also, do we get more of these? Can we get more of these through farming? Let me guess, the focus of the pack is bees. Yep. Yes, it is. Okay. So that's 120 millibuckets. How many do we need for the impregnated frame? How many do we need? We need 250. So we are going to need a little bit more here. We don't really need that much, this many hemp seeds. And so we can kind of get rid of those. And also, it is really a win-win situation if we just keep doing this, because it also allows us to get more seeds and simultaneously also work towards getting more string as well. Can we? Surely there's an easy way for us to move buckets. Do I have to get a full bucket's worth? No, surely not. Seed oil. You get the pipette, of course. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say that I don't know the ins and outs of forestry. I forget that the pipette actually does anything. So if we get the pipette, we can take the seed oil out of the squeezer and put it into the carpenter, not the centrifuge. And again, just for the sake of having everything around this generator, let's do that. Let's get some of this wood, do something like this. This is the pattern. And then if we put that in there, that should get us our first impregnated casing. And then how do we go about getting our first impregnated frame? It's just impregnated sticks and some string. Impregnated sticks are made in the carpenter with 100 millibuckets worth of seed oil. And so we are going to have to once again put in quite a few more of these industrial hemp seeds here in order to get enough seed oil. But that's fine. That's fine. Is this done? It is. Good stuff. Let's go and harvest. First of all, let's pick up all these freaking saplings that are around us, and then let's harvest a little bit more in the way of this industrial hemp. Still haven't gotten around to that. Also, we should probably be checking these periodically as well to make sure we're getting all of the honeycombs that we can at the maximum speed. And we still didn't get around. We still haven't gotten around to setting up our mob farm yet, but that's fine. That is fine. It's not really at the top of my list of things to do, at least not at the moment. For now. Also, what can we use sinister combs for? Sinister combs can be used to acquire phosphor and refractory wax. I believe we can use the phosphor to make lava. Yeah, we can. We can use it in a squeezer to make lava. We can also use it in a carpenter to make water. We get water out of this production, or do we? Yeah. Okay. That's interesting, I guess. I think the lava is going to be the most useful, though. Who needs a mob farm when you have bees? That could be true. Oh, the actual peanuts you grow give a lot of seed oil. I see. That makes a lot more sense. Let me try this out. Really, this doesn't work? Oh no, it does work. Oh yeah, okay, cool. And so if we take the actual peanuts, what do they give us? 120 millibuckets per peanut. I like it. I like it. Yet another showcase of how this would have taken me so much longer had the pack creator not been in the Twitch chat. Flipping heck. All right, let's go ahead and throw those into the squeezer. That's going to make it so much faster. I love it. I love it. How are we doing in terms of wood? Do we need to go ahead and cut down a few more trees? We've got 8. Yeah, we're going to have to, aren't we? I think 22 should be probably more than enough. You get 2 at a time. So we need, what, 4? So 8? Yeah, we got more than enough. We have got more than enough. Get rid of all this. Make sure that we leave 2 in, like so. Take out our impregnated case. Oh, no. Don't take out the impregnated casing. Instead, just take some of the seed oil with the pipette. Drop it in here. And that should start to get us some impregnated sticks. Nice. Whilst we're waiting for that, I'm going to get us some more peanuts, just in case we need more seed oil, which I'm assuming we probably will do in the future. Never played with a bee mod before? Yeah, they're in a lot of packs, but they're also usually optional. Like if you play any of the big mod packs, unless it's one that has a lot of custom progression, like Age of Engineering, then usually the bees are kind of avoidable. And even in Age of Engineering, I don't know if you had to go through bees, although I didn't get to the end, and so you might have done. But a lot of the times it is optional, and that is because I think it can be a bit grindy. This pack, one thing I do quite like about this pack is it does give you a good few options for making it easier, for kind of tweaking the way in which you go about completing the pack. A specific way we're going to find out in just a second once we complete this current quest that we are on. That's not what I want to do. 14, more than enough. Let us craft up our first lot, or our first impregnated casing, which does require a string. Like so. And I keep forgetting that we don't have Tinker's Construct. I keep forgetting I can't leave my stuff in the crafting table, but we do now have an impregnated frame. And so first of all, let me dump some of this stuff out of my inventory so we can create some space, and then let's go and complete the quest. So, now that we've completed the A Few More Homes quest, if we go down to bee shopping, we have unlocked a few spare drones, as well as the easy mode enabled quest line, which I'm going to kind of work towards. So we need 10 honey drops in order to get a few spare drones, which is going to give us a bunch of all of these: Forest, Meadows, Wintry, Tropical, Marshy, Modest, Rocky again, Valiant, and Sinister, which I quite like. It means we don't have to kind of work through that too much. So I'll drop that in there. That's going to get us 6 more honey. There's 9. And then I'm assuming that, oh, really? None of these? Okay, that's fine. In that case, then let me get these going again, and let's sleep so they can keep going in the daytime. Do we have all of our honey? We do indeed, which means we can go ahead and claim the reward for the honey drops quest. I'm going to, I think, hold off on claiming that reward just yet. Oh, we get to pick a reward. Okay, that makes sense. I'm also going to hold off on that just in case we want to get, I'm not quite sure which one we want yet, but easy mode enabled. Waiting for bees can be hard. It is. There are also many ways to break a breed and have to start again. Yeah, okay. With this in mind, there is an easy mode option for newer players, and also Isaac. This will give you easy access to Oblivion and mutating frames and will greatly speed up the early game. You will also be given one industrial apiary with a set of biome emulation upgrades and automation upgrades. Quests later will cover the creation and use of these. For now, remember they require power. So we get ourselves a bunch of emulation upgrades, which means that we can start working with a bunch of other bees that we normally wouldn't be able to start working with, at least not in the overworld, as well as an industrial apiary, which requires power, but essentially is just a normal apiary that you can kind of upgrade with automation upgrades and all these emulation upgrades, as well as 2 more generators, which I'm very much into, and I'm going to go ahead and do, of course, because I love cheating and I love easy modes. So, industrial apiary, we don't have power over there, but if I just go and throw this down like right here, we should be able to throw down one of our new generators right about there, throw in some fuel, if I can do it, like so, kapow, and then essentially this thing, like I mentioned, works in exactly the same way as a normal apiary, but you can speed it up using, I believe, the automation upgrades. Oh no, the automation upgrade cycles the bees. So if I was to, for example, take these guys out of here and put it in here, I believe what the automation upgrade will do is it will take the princess and the drone out of here and then put it right back in, so that it constantly and forever is doing it over and over and over again. It's constantly working to make bees, which is pretty cool. I'm hoping that this generator produces enough redstone flux for this to work. 9760, are we gaining redstone flux? It looks like we're kind of just stationary in terms of redstone flux, which I guess is also fine. So long as it doesn't lose redstone flux, that's A-okay. The Oblivion frames have low durability, so Choco frames are a good option for those that don't get the easy mode. Oh, I see. Okay. That makes sense. So that is on its way. I guess whilst that's doing that, we can put in our automation upgrade, like so. I believe that does increase the amount of energy it uses. And so now we are slowly but surely losing redstone flux. But I guess we could just go ahead and do something like this. It does look a little bit horrible. I'm not going to lie, it looks pretty bad. But I'm assuming that should, allow us to start increasing redstone flux. But it doesn't work because we have to be able to see the sun. So, in that case then, let's get rid of this apiary here, which I think might have been faster with an axe, but that's fine. And then let's do that. Let's put you, for now, I guess, somewhere else. I guess we can just put it like right at the back here. I might make like a little cluster and move the other two as well at some point. But for now, we'll leave that there. We don't have a princess to put in it, but that's fine. What else do we have? We've got a bunch of emulation upgrades I don't think we need just yet. And so for now, I'm going to go ahead and whack those in our non-existent chest. Let's go ahead and make another one because we are running out of space real quick. I'm going to have to move this. That's fine. All right, let's get rid of all of you. Let's put our bees into our apiarist chest. And let's take a look at the quest book. We're getting so many quest completes. I like it. I like it a lot. beginning. Okay, so what do we need to do for the next quest? The next quest wants us to get a pollen cluster and some royal jelly. So by now you should have the basics of bee breeding down and be looking to produce some resources. All the metals, gems, and other more advanced things are within reach. However, you are first going to have to breed a more advanced bee than ever before to unlock this. The next step is to obtain the industrious and imperial bee. Did we get given one of those? Or is that done? We didn't. I thought it said that over here, but maybe we didn't. Honey drops. That gets us oblivion frames and mutating frames. I thought it did. That's fine. Let's head back over to this quest. We go. This bee produces spawn clusters. One of the two ingredients you will need to make more advanced versions of the apiary. You can use the oblivion frame to quickly breed bees as it reduces their lifespan to almost nothing. Take care as it does have a limited durability. The mutation frames will also give much higher chance of bee mutation and should only be used when trying to crossbreed two bees. Okay, so the pack also includes simple storage networks. It's the early game AE2, however you will need diamonds and iron. Okay. I'll bear that in mind. Let me make sure we don't lose this flower. So, I'm not quite sure why we're getting a few spare drones. Where is that quest? Oh, gosh. No. I keep completing. Have I broke the game? What was I working on? We need to get ourselves the pollen cluster and the royal jelly. So, first things first, let me sleep. Once we've slept, we need to get ourselves the industrious bee. And so, if we search in JEI here for industrious bee, this guy right here, we need the industrious princess. To get the industrious... Do we need industrious? Pollen cluster. We also need the royal jelly. Royal jelly is obtained from the imperial bee. I think the imperial bee might be easier for us to get to right now, potentially. How many royal jelly do we need? I'm assuming just like one. Yeah. So to get to the imperial bee, we have to go through a noble and a majestic. Noble is common plus cultivated. Cultivated is common plus a basic bee, and then common is just two different basic bees. So let me see here. Inside of this, can I put frames in here? Is my first question. Can I put frames? No, I can't put frames in the industrial apiary. That is fine. So for now, we're going to use a standard apiary, I guess. Let's get rid of all these, and let's get a mutating frame or two, and then I'm going to do this, this, and this. So the idea here is, let me grab a different bee. So if we try and combine two different bees together, for example, a princess, a forest princess, and a meadows drone, the oblivion frame should mean that their lifespan goes away very quickly. They aren't going to produce anything like honey or anything like that, but they do have flowers. But when this queen dies, it has a chance to give us a common queen, or a common princess, I think. Does it have a common princess, or is it a common drone? It might be a common drone, but it has a chance of dropping, I think, either. We might get a common queen. My bee nomenclature is all off. It has a chance to drop us a common princess and a common drone. So if we take the common princess and the common drone, the next on the list is we need to get ourselves a cultivated, I believe it is. The cultivated is a standard common bee, as well as either a forest, a meadows, a modest, or any of the other standard bees. So if we put in the common princess and the forest drone, that should give us a chance of getting the cultivated bee. You should have the bee Eliza. You should probably use it. Where is my bee Eliza? Do I have the bee Eliza? Is that how you spell it? Bee Eliza. What's it look like? Is it called Portable Analyzer? It is. Okay. So I'm not quite sure what information we're going to get from this, but I do know that we need honey in order to be able to do it. So let me drop a honeycomb in there real quick. Do we have any more honeycombs lying around? I don't think we do. Oh, no, we do. Nice. Okay, so this one, as you can see, is doing its thing over and over again, which is good. So if we take this, and did we get what we were after? We did. We got cultivated princesses. Nice. I like the fact that we're always getting this. That's good. So now we don't have the common princess, but I think that's fine because if we go back over to royal jelly, the next bee that we need is the noble. Do you have to, by the way, question to 21 who knows in chat, do you have to know do you have to have a noble princess and a majestic drone for this to happen? Or can you have a majestic princess and a noble drone? Does that also work? I'm not quite sure. But either way, if we now combine common and cultivated, we should get, or we have a chance to get, the next tier here. The, was it majestic? Noble. We have a chance to get noble, which is pretty good. It's more to check if you have bred a species pure, so you don't get side mutations. Okay. We did get some diligent princesses as well as a noble drone. I'm kind of after that noble princess, but that's fine. I do bees the pleb way. I just keep breeding with the new drones that are made. That's kind of what I'm doing here. I don't know how well it's working out. So let's like scan this here. Does this give us some useful information? Scan. Noble, lifespan short, production slower, pollination slower, flower type flowers, fertility 2 times, territory average, effects none. And so I'm assuming much like with, what mod am I thinking of? Agricraft? Where you can combine, you can kind of breed plants in order to try and get the best stats possible. You can do the same thing with bees here to try and get the best production, the shortest lifespan, all that kind of stuff that will be quite nice. So I think we're going to have to go back to the beginning here a second because we don't have, we need to kind of work through that same progression line again. So let me take the, let me let that finish, I guess, for now. And then once that's done, we'll throw in one of our forest or meadows princesses into here, try and get another set of common drones, and then we're going to try and work up the other quest line, the B line, to try and get to majestic, which requires noble and cultivated. Do we have both those? We don't. We've got cultivated and noble, but we don't have a princess of either of those. We've got diligent, which is not really what we're after. It's like the only bee in this first line that we're not after. But we are fairly close to getting royal jelly. Normally it takes quite a lot longer to get to that royal jelly. Also we need to get to the pollen cluster, which does require that industrious bee. What do we need for this guy? We need a diligent and an unwary. So we do actually need diligent. Diligent and cultivated makes unwary. Okay. So if we put in diligent and cultivated, that has a chance of getting us the unwary. And then once we've got unwary, we can combine it. Hopefully we get the diligent princess and we get an unwary drone. I'm assuming we're going to lose our diligent princess though, unfortunately. But if we get it back, we might be able to get to the industrious bee fairly easily here. So we did get an unwary bee. We got a cultivated princess back, which is interesting. Not really what we were after, though. Cultivated, diligent. Yeah, we need another diligent now, which is common and cultivated. So just as a test here, if I put common princess and a common cultivated princess and a common drone, does that give us the same odds? I'm assuming it's the same either way, right? Like I'm assuming you don't have to have common princess cultivated drone. I'm assuming you can have cultivated princess common drone. I guess we're going to find out with this one either way. Okay, so we did get the unweary drone. So now we just need another diligent queen. Okay, and so to get that diligent queen, we need to combine, just like we did before, a common and a cultivated. So common and cultivated yet again. So what's the downside of having the student drone? Like, is it this one we did? Short worker, yeah, noble student hybrid. So we want noble, we want so I'm guessing this just means that it's not like a purebred noble drone, like it's got a bit of other DNA in it that we don't really want right now. So that didn't get us what we were after, but I'm going to try again real quick here like that. And hopefully that will either get us the industrious or not the industrious, the diligent or the other one. The other one being noble. We're after a noble princess or a diligent princess. Either of those would be great. Yeah, the hybrid bee could change the student. Is the student... Oh, gosh, what is this? Oh, we got a student princess. I'm guessing that's not what we want. What the heck is a student princess? And how does that work? Student plus common equals graduate? What? What? Excuse me? Are these new? They must be, right? What? There was never a PhD bee or a police bee in the past, right? Or was there? No, there can't have been, right? There can't have been. So now we've got a freaking princess student, which we're not after. Unfortunately. We lost him. We lost him. OMG Yas career bees. What do career bees do? Are these? Is this an add-on mod? Let me check this real quick. Oh, it is. It's an add-on for forestry. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say there was no way that those bees were in the base mod. So how does this work? If I, for example, got a lumbering bee, can I get a lumbering bee? Oh no, I have to turn my student into a graduate, and then once I get a graduate bee, I can use that graduate bee to make a lumber bee. Can I then use that lumber bee to get wood? No? I get a butcher bee. How do these... What makes it a lumber bee?